What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 56 of the XtraSlice, brought to you by the Cheesy Controller Podcast. We got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. This is episode 200. Episode 200 of the Cheesy Controller Podcast. So it's reason to celebrate. Beep, beep, beep.
Yay! We're still in a fucking pandemic!
Right, yeah, we wanted to be back in the studio by 200 so we could be like, yeah, episode 200 is our valiant return, but least to say there's no valor here. Joining me as always, we have the mayor of Stardew Valley and Eorzea, Chris Montalbano.
At least we're finally playing 14 with the boys.
Yeah, I might be coming for the mayor of Eorzea title real soon.
You got a long ass way to go.
We gonna see. I've been tearing through this shit. We got the most generous witness seat, Jalen Roberts.
Still can't buy a house though.
That's what the
I don't even want to talk
for.
about it. I don't want to. No. I can't even rent a house.
This is how we solve the housing crisis. Put them on the moon.
Yeah. And we got the Akatsuki Durag Madrid Devon.
This is and has always been a Rumlethal Stan account.
Joining us for the first time on like an official podcast episode. You've been on some of our .5 episodes.
Yeah.
We have the grind god himself, Juwan Derrico.
Do you watch all the Final Fantasy movies before you start the game, or are you normal?
I'm still waiting for the YouTube compilation that includes the Endwalker trailer. Because I bring every day, just like on the one of my Chrome tabs has been the Final Fantasy XIV trailers.
I don't blame you. They clean, and the OST hits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So we got a jam-packed episode for you guys this week. We're going to be talking about CD Projekt Red getting ransom attacked. We're going to talk about the DualSense issues that other people are starting to have. We're going to talk about Bloodborne finally running at 60 frames per second. And we're going to talk about Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. So, this CD Projekt Red attack. Did anybody else see what, like, the letter that the hackers left?
Yeah, I saw the. Oh, I didn't see that.
That was a letter,
right?
There was a.
I saw it, but I didn't care to read it.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in anything that's going on revolving CD Projekt Red at this point.
It seems like a 15.
Even if it's a fucking cyber attack.
It's like somebody played Persona and then hacked them.
It's like they were mad because the game was broken, basically.
We're sick of you shitty adults.
Yeah, but they were like, you just got
you tell him, Joker.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, is this real or fake?
Alright, the thing about that, when was the last time somebody fucking said pwned?
Right, that's all I was like. It sounds like a 15-year-old from 2012, like,
right? Or a 40-year-old. Like,
it sounds like It sounds like an adult pretending to be a 15-year-old.
Take a picture with all your guns and put it on the TL.
All right.
Take the picture with the most drugs you've ever been around, with your social security number. What did they ask for CD Projekt Red to pay them in, like, jewel pins or some shit? It's like, they're real rare. They've been banned. If you can get us 2 8-packs.
Oh, no. They definitely want them in V-Bucks.
V-Bucks?
Oh.
pay my ransom in V-Bucks. And I won't. So, like, the threats they left,
paid in
they were like,
copies of
we're going to
Cyberpunk.
release the source code to these games to people in the games journalism sphere, and everybody in the games journalism sphere is like, okay, and like we're not gonna fucking put those out there because then we're liable. Like,
It's like, we know
you
you
got
got
all
these.
you want.
We know you got these. You
It's
put
like,
it all over the internet.
We're gonna get 2 birds with 1 stone.
Like, they're better off
be
posting
awesome.
it to Reddit for like nefarious things to happen around it than fucking sending.
They're better off just putting it on 4chan.
Right. It's almost like they half believe that if they do this, they'll somehow bully CD Projekt Red in making Cyberpunk functioning better, faster.
Got to see that one.
Shit don't fucking work that way.
Yeah, but hackers be hackers. They took down PSN on Christmas because
They ain't
it
get no
just
presents.
fucking felt like
They
it.
did.
Santa left them some coal.
They ain't get
Man,
no presents.
but
They got
PSN
cold
just
that
gets
year.
PSN just gets taken down whenever someone feels like it.
Once a month.
PSN like before this, the reason we got off Final Fantasy XIV was because my PlayStation's like, we can't verify that you own this game with the PlayStation Network, so we're gonna kick you in 15 minutes.
Bro, PSN has taken more knees than fucking Colin Kaepernick. PSN has copied more jutsus than Kakashi. Like, that's one thing about it. It's gonna go down, and then it's gonna spend like 3 hours copying the game.
You know,
those are two things that shit's gonna do.
It ain't PSN if it doesn't.
PS5.
I mean, PS5 it'll copy the game faster, but you still can't play your games
but where
online.
you gonna put it? You gonna put it on your internal? You gonna put it on your external?
Oh, on internal copying takes no time whatsoever.
External, you still got all the problems.
No, not all the problems.
Yeah, but you gotta play fucking Resident Evil 4 with your storage space to get that. to get your games
put
on
Resident
there.
Evil 4 on
hear
PS5. For the love of God, Capcom, let that game die.
It's backwards compatible.
Backwards compatible doesn't count.
It's on everything.
See, that's good. That's good. Just let people play the PS4 version.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Capcom's
gonna
gonna be
they're
like,
gonna release that HD PS5 version just because we're here.
We got the 4K HD5 Resident
Oh,
Evil
so somebody
4
post
running
some
at
screenshots.
120 frames per second.
Well, there are still the rumors going around about the Final Fantasy IV like remake in the style of RE2 and 3 remake.
Oh yeah, I did see something.
No,
like that
if anything, once I'll say this again, if anything should get remade in that style, it's Code Veronica. Like
That would be fucking
that-
lit.
it's like in order: Code Veronica, then Dino Crisis.
Please. Resident Evil
Well,
4 has
just
gotten
in
remade.
that order.
Like, no one's talking about a Resident Evil 5 remake. No one wants to talk about that. But no one's ever going to...
No.
But, like, don't talk about Resident Evil 4 getting remade. It doesn't need to happen. It's you can play it literally everywhere. Any console you have has Resident Evil 4. Just fucking play it. And then don't ask Capcom to remake that game.
But there are people who just, they just want remakes. They're like, they did 1, they did 2, they did 3. So what's
That
next?
are not readily available on consoles in our generation. Resident Evil 4 is on every goddamn thing.
Yeah, 4,
It
5,
is
and
now
6
the
has
new
been
Doom.
re-released
It's just
everywhere.
every fucking
Even though, they could remake 6 and make it actually good.
Do not make remakes. It's just that is no longer canon.
No, 6 needs to stay the way it is. 6 needs to be what it was.
I mean, Chris is no longer an alcoholic. We fixed that. Just move on from 6.
I'm ready for... I'd take a 5 remake. Like, I know
That
5
would be
has been
fun.
everywhere. Like, 5 would be a great remake. But... especially in the RE engine? Yeah, I'd take Resident Evil 5 in the RE engine with slightly less racism. Like, take out the racism so people can... I saw you getting ready, Madrid. I saw you pick up the cup of tea.
No, so actually I was going to say, I like that, like Chris was like, yeah, Chris is no longer an alcoholic. Takes a sip.
The other
As I call out Chris, calling out Chris, I also take a sip.
I remember I played RE5 with you, Anton. Like, I didn't really play Resident Evil games before that, so the whole concept of saving your bullets and surviving was new to me. So the first time we played the demo, I'm out of bullets. I'm like, what are we supposed to do? And then it clicked. I was like, oh, this is a zombie survival game. Move.
Nani?
Good
Yeah.
times.
Resident Evil 5 was like a lot of the highlights of gaming in high school because that game just felt like eternal. Like I could play with other people locally, could play with other people online. It was just one of those games. Like I got the gold edition, or I got the gold edition from Walmart on sale and just was able to enjoy it, have some fun.
Resident Evil 5, where you blow up Africa.
And Chris punches a rock.
Chris punches a rock.
In context.
It didn't make a whole lot more sense. It like even if you knew
In
exactly
game,
what
it didn't.
yeah.
Like you were like,
Hey,
I
guess
I gotta do
I guess
what?
the 80s and 90s hit Chris pretty hard.
I mean, he's fighting giant monsters with fucking nails that are piercing through. Why not beat up a boulder at this point? Like, fuck it. It's like,
Speaking
I will
of-
save this only person of color in all of Resident Evil to beat, just to fucking fight this boulder. Just like, let's go.
Sheppa. She's still my favorite Resident Evil protag.
She was annoying as a single AI, but yes.
Yeah, well, what I mean...
Yeah, the AI in that system was bad.
The AI was so
it
bad,
was
but
way
she
better
was...
if somebody was playing as her.
She was a very good character. Her story was solid. Her Chris, shut the fuck up, Jill is fine, was fantastic.
But yeah, speaking of fighting
did
giant
shut the fuck up.
grotesque monsters, Bloodborne has been... Yeah, it made sense.
Great.
Chris was like,
Tell me
wait,
more.
Yeah, Bloodborne. So there was a hacker that had been working with the tools on the Dark Souls 3 engine to get Bloodborne. We talked about this on the podcast a while back, but he got Bloodborne running on a PS4 Pro at 60 frames per second, and he's like, okay, I'm not going to release this to the public because there were rumors going around about Bloodborne PS5/PC, so there might have been a way for like regular players. He's like, I'm going to wait till the PS5 comes out. And if the PS5 comes out and Sony doesn't officially announce Bloodborne coming to PC and PS5, I'm going to release this hack that I made. Like, it's the same person that, like, messed with the camera in PT and, like, did some stuff with Horizon Zero Dawn. So, they, using the Dark Souls 3 engine and a hacked PS4, he was able to get Bloodborne running at 60 frames per second on a PS4 Pro.
Mm-hmm.
And
Look at that community.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I know
and
it looks clean too.
Oh yeah, you can go look at videos of it. There have been videos of it up since like last year, and he has a Patreon that's like, he will give you the tools you need to, if you have a hacked PS4. So the downside to all of this is he released the hack, but you have to be running it on a modded PS4 that has Bloodborne dumped onto it. And he doesn't tell you how to do any of that stuff. Like, I'm sure there's some back channels. Yeah. There are some back channels you can go through to get all of that stuff, but... And I mean, like, if you have, like, just a spare PS4 and you want to mess with that, I'm sure that's something you could totally do. But it's unfortunate to me that Sony is just... Like, the Bloodborne community, I know, wants to play Bloodborne at 60 frames per second.
Yes, we do. We also want Bloodborne too. But, you know, we're patient. Release it.
What if Elden Ring is just...
What game?
Bloodborne 2, Elden Ring.
Oh, okay. I heard something else. Yeah, they need to release Bloodborne too. I don't know what the other game is.
Do you have some hate towards that game?
That's just the spin-off series for Game of Thrones.
It better not
probably.
be.
Okay. Oh, man, if it's
Well,
like
no,
that,
it's like, no,
great.
but the thing about it is Martin's only writing the lore for it. That's the thing about it. He's not writing the story, he's writing the lore.
But Firm Software's been so good at writing the lore for all the
I'll
Souls
take that.
game, like, why would they need another person?
Have they been good at writing the lore, or have they just been writing some lore?
Dog, sit in a room with someone who really likes Souls games, and they've done a really good job with
Especially
writing
Bloodborne.
lore.
Bloodborne is 95%
Right, I was like,
lore.
yeah,
It'll
we got
open your
Jawan
mind.
right
You start
here.
floating
He's
up in the air.
You're
sitting
just
in a
like,
Discord
I'm right
room.
here.
Yes, okay, They did what? With the what?
Bloodborne, like... From Software just has to release like one game every few years, and that shit will take them. Like, it'll take them throughout the years because you get so much content from it. You get speedrunners, people modding the game, and then it's like you find new shit later down the years, new lore. That's just why like everybody loves the games. Well, everybody in the community loves the games.
I mean, people who want to play, not even like, like you said, speedrunners, but people who are like, I'm going to play this game, no damage, with no armor on, and just fucking like...
See? Goes your content.
There's like so much content that comes from this game.
Madmen.
Absolute mad lads. But they do it, and people
They enjoy it. And these games are what, like 5 years old at this point. Like, but they're still no lifing.
Somebody just did like
All
a
the
gun
Souls
only
games.
run in Bloodborne like last week, and I'm like, dang, still going strong like that. I mean, I don't blame them, but dang,
It is.
So yeah, Bloodborne is like next week. It'll be 6 years old.
Damn.
It came out March 2015. So.
Oof. Go ahead and release that.
So are they just
Bloodborne
waiting
2.
to give us Bloodborne remastered? Is that what the
Well,
problem?
that was
I don't
the
think
rumors were going around about that, but then the PS5, they had the entire lead up to launch. They had all those state of plays and like presentations and all of that, and just we haven't gotten literally anything. And considering Sony,
I will take a
published
remaster
Bloodborne-
or two.
Wait, didn't
You know,
we get?
honestly,
Isn't
I think the PS5's been super quiet. Like
yeah?
Yeah, it has.
for
Well,
a
part of it is also because it's like one of the biggest stories of the generation when it comes to that game, that console, is how hard it is to get that freaking console.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're dealing with that. What's the
Yeah.
point of naming all these games that
Like
are coming out
it'd be
for it when
real
no one
hard
has
to
it?
announce all this great stuff when everyone's sitting at home like, but I can't buy one of them consoles.
Right.
I mean, it didn't stop the Wii.
I mean,
And
but
like
also,
the PS5 has sold more. So they released sales numbers, and we talked about that a little bit last week. But the PS5 in its first year, or the first until the end of 2020, sold more consoles than the Wii sold in its first year.
Damn.
So like, there's a CPU shortage, yes, on AMD's part. Like AMD struggling to get even Ryzen's together for people who are trying to build PCs right now.
Oh no, the microchip market is kind of fucked right now. Like
no
everyone's
shit.
struggling to keep up with production.
Right. So like, you can be mad at Sony for that, but like really the ball. If Sony could sell more PlayStation 5s, they'd be selling more PlayStation 5s. Like manufacturing.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's hard to announce all that great stuff when. Yeah, it's just hard to announce all this great stuff when when the biggest conversation around that console is how no one can get that console.
right. Honestly,
mean-
I think they should have waited to put those shits out. Like at this point,
No,
Yeah.
they should have waited till they
I mean-
had like a larger number and released it in bulk.
Honestly,
I
as-
couldn't still be on.
If the PlayStation 5 came out like 2 months from now,
no,
that
I
would be a lot
would.
better.
I honestly think it. I mean, you haven't heard much from Xbox either, except for
I mean,
Game
both
Pass,
of those
like,
consoles should have done that. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
you-
what I'm saying. Like next gen probably should have waited. Like we're in fucking COVID.
They
But
one
this
of
is the
those Christmas
conversation we
sales.
have about next gen every single generation.
yeah, and also
Yeah,
everybody.
but those other generations, we weren't in a fucking panoramic. Like that's my point. Like they should have taken some time and like assess the situation, read the fucking room. Like, all right, let's wait a second to drop these. You know, let's focus in on like our end of the cycle
But console
kind
sales,
of like content and like crank that shit out. And now we're sitting in this space where like fucking PlayStation 5 controllers are drifting. Like
yeah, they push that.
like
too
what's
far.
going on?
But I
Like,
mean,
y'all, it's been like 2 months. Like, come on. Even a fucking Joy-Con lasted longer than that.
you can't hate on them for the console sales. Literally every fucking scavengers out there just pulling them off the market before anybody who actually wants a PS5 can get it.
Right. Because numbers were so limited, it was easier for them to kind of like, oh, okay, anytime they restock, let me just buy it real quick.
Yeah, like
Oh,
poachers
Walmart's
are
about to
just
restock
getting
in
it.
30 minutes. Bet my bots are already set, ready to scoop
Exactly.
it.
Well, so you can't completely blame PlayStation and or Xbox for that. I mean, poachers are just out there just snagging up everything and leaving the
including
consumers who
graphics
actually,
cards.
including yeah,
And
fucking
Including graphics.
3080s are just
CPU.
like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, the
all
best
of it.
thing we can do in this situation is just starve them out. Like, they can sit on them shits for as long as they want, but eventually they're going to start to feel it and be like, all right, fuck, I got to just let these go at a regular fucking price.
Yeah.
Like, you don't
I
have
mean,
to buy that shit. Nobody has to buy that shit.
Yeah.
And if you're buying
Exactly.
that shit, you are a part of the problem.
Yeah. If
I
you
bought
were
my
buying,
PS5 retail from GameStop. Like,
Retail, that's how you should buy it. That's the way the good Lord intended.
right.
But
So did that,
my main problem is that, like, if you're going to come through with this weak-ass rollout, like, you might as well pack that shit up and wait.
So did that sales number, did scalpers buying them up count towards that sales number?
yes, it technically did, but it was like 4.5 million. And I mean, the scalpers, they're not holding on to stock to that extent. I'd say even if they have half the stock, that's still 2 million PS5s in
Yeah,
2
that's
months.
true. Still
Yeah.
fucking sucks.
Plenty
though.
of people that want a PS5 have a PS5 right now.
Well,
I mean,
Problem is not enough. That is the that's the main problem.
Yeah.
yeah. part of like the big issue is, and I mean GameStop's starting to mitigate this because over the past week, GameStop has done a couple of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and X drops. And what they'll do, they'll sell them in a bundle. And the scalpers don't want to buy the bundles because they can't exactly resell a copy of Demon Souls or a year of PlayStation Plus. Like, they can't resell all the stuff that's bundled in. But, like, if you actually want a PS5, like, and you're going to buy all these
Hey, you
things
got games.
anyway, like, yeah, you're set. Like, you have PlayStation. You can go through these channels now. Like, I didn't have to buy mine as a bundle, but I know a lot of the people that I have wanted a PS5 that have gotten it since launch have just gone and gotten these bundles. The only thing that's come in these bundles that I would say you don't want has been like 3 months of PlayStation Now or something like that, and they're charging you retail for all these things, but
fuck it,
I
I'll
don't
take
want
it.
that.
yeah, I mean,
I mean, if it's in a bundle at that point, they're giving you something. Is fucking
they're
definitely
charging
PlayStation
you
Now.
for that something. So like, you're
They're
Yeah.
charging you for it, but it's still in a bundle, so you're getting a bunch of shit. So technically,
You might as well take
one
it.
of those things is free, and it's fucking PlayStation Now.
Is it though?
It is.
man.
I don't think so. But you know, if that's how you feel,
I mean, if it gives
No,
you the PS5,
I mean, okay, even if they're charging you for it, you fucking paid for it, so that's more fucking reason to use it. Like, that's the price you have to pay for getting a fucking PS5.
yeah,
which
and
is shitty. That's not something you should have to do. I shouldn't have to buy 3 months of subscription of something I
Well,
really
they
don't
should have
want.
fucking waited another 6 months. But here we are.
Oh, they wanted those
Here
Christmas
we
sales,
are.
brother.
They want. That's what the problem was. They wanted Christmas sales.
But that was
That's
a,
their
there
fault.
people weren't getting PS5s. Like, if you got a PS5 for Christmas, that means you got either the launch drop, you bought it from a reseller. Like, that was the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the difference between the consoles launching and Christmas wasn't enough time for like Sony to completely, or Xbox
Right,
even,
and
to
with
completely
the
replenish
and
the stock.
my thing is, with the amount that they sold, it wouldn't matter when they dropped it. Whenever they dropped, those PlayStations would have sold, you know? And
Yeah.
if they had more, they would have sold more.
Yeah.
So dropping it around Christmas really didn't make much of a difference. Well, dropping that shit around November really didn't make that much of a difference. That's what I'm saying. So they should have waited.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got mine. Like, it has just made running everything.
Are you
like,
glad you got your second controller too?
So yeah, if we're gonna talk about controllers,
Because let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
fired
talk
up,
about it.
baby. Let's go. The tequila just kicked in.
all right. So for video viewers, I'm holding two DualSense controllers.
The
Because
Glicks.
This DualSense controller, the one that every time we were like, we gotta stay ready, I'd pull out. What like this controller is basically a useless piece of plastic at this point.
Y'all not ready?
I got one of these.
It's
And
Xbox.
what
Let's
if I'm
go.
not ready?
You know,
You know, just gotta keep it by you.
I got the extended light mag on that one. Level 3.
You just gotta hit the fuse.
But the Jalen just pulled a whole fight stick bazooka out the back.
Oh wait, are we doing that now?
This brother got a grenade launcher.
Got that thing.
Chris is
what?
like, fuck it, we're not pulling out controllers no more. Here's
This
a
is a
PS.
tower where I burn my sage. Yeah, y'all not seeing me.
Just start pulling out more and more inconvenient items.
Just pick up a
Bottle
whole.
of hand sanitizer, motherfucker.
I got my existential dread right here. What's good?
Exponential, Lord.
Lord,
But
that's
yeah.
the infinite.
So PlayStation controllers, now Sony's dealing with the fact that PS5 controllers are apparently starting to drift. And speaking from experience, getting repairs or replacements is just a pain. Like, I've called Sony multiple times, and their call volume's so high that I had to tweet back and forth with PlayStation support this past week, being like, hey, my DualSense is fucked. Like, trying to get
What the fuck, bro?
trying to get my initial one replaced, and so far, no luck. Because I would have already shipped it off, and I would have shipped.
Damn.
So, yeah, I mean, right now, people, like, I haven't had this issue out of either of my controllers of the drift. And, I mean, I only have drift on one pair of my, like, 4 pairs of Joy-Cons. So, I just seem to be getting kind of lucky in that regard. But, I mean, this is some of the stuff you deal with first run. I highly doubt, like, once Sony does, like, a slight revision to the DualSense, that anybody will be dealing with the, with drift. But I just feel like it's early hardware problems. All of the issues I've been having with PS5 outside of that controller just completely going dead, firmware updates and stuff have fixed. So even games like, if it used to be if I put my system in rest mode after playing Call of Duty, when I opened it back up, it just completely hard crash. It'd be like, what the fuck just happened? And I'd have to, like, submit an error report. But it seems like Sony's actually taking those error reports to heart. And, I mean, this is anything first generation. If you had the first generation iPhone, like, you were expecting to deal with a whole bunch of bullshit. If you had the first generation Apple Watch, I went through 2 different first generation Apple Watches.
I mean, that's the bleeding part of the bleeding edge.
Did these things happen with first generation PS4s?
Well, it was a different deal. So yeah, I did have a lot of crashes on my first generation PS4, and the rubber on the thumbsticks. Like, it's just stuff that they can't learn through R&D, and then when they get out in the wild, by the time the first year of PS4 was up and Destiny was coming out, I had to replace the thumbsticks in my PS4 controller because the rubber was just completely gone. And it wasn't even like I was playing anything super intensive. I was playing, like, Resogun, I guess, but I was playing mostly Diablo 3 on my PS4.
Shoot, I mean, it still shouldn't have happened anyway, so I guess they made those revisions they need to make. They know what gamers be out here doing, playing all day, playing all night, too.
Yep.
That's true.
Right?
You are a forward scout into the next gen too. We said that a while back.
Yeah, I'm cool because the reasons I got a PS5, I didn't get a PS5 for the exclusive games. I didn't get a PS5 like there's only one exclusive game, and it's fucking Demon's Souls, which I have but haven't really played at all. Like, I didn't get a PS5 to play all the exclusives that don't exist. I got it because my PS4 Pro even was starting to get sluggish, and my PS5 is still extremely snappy. Like, I can do all this stuff, switch between games, like, bring up YouTube and it not take forever. Like, the amount of things that I just do on my console on a regular basis that I'm doing on a PS5 more efficiently than I did on a PS4, it's just great. Like, even the Ethernet port on the PS5 is faster, so when I'm deleting and re-downloading large files, it's going even faster than it was going, even though it's hooked up to the same Ethernet cable on the same internet.
The pros outweigh the cons.
Yeah, so, like, that's why I got a PS5, because my PS4 Pro was starting to show its age and was starting to, like, slow down, and a lot of the promise of the PS5 was like, hey, this thing has a faster CPU, has a better GPU for running games, and it has an SSD, so, like, you're not... Even when I'm running games off a hard drive, like, Joanne, you and I, earlier in Final Fantasy, we were going to that marketplace so I could repair my armor, and I loaded in, and even though I was loading the game off a hard drive, I still loaded in faster because the game was able to process faster on a PS5. So.
Yep. Because I even was like, are you already here? Because your name had already did the thing like where you can see the other person's health bar, and it's not like X'd out or anything. And then I saw you come in. I was like, oh, damn, well.
Yeah, and like... And, I mean, so, like, yeah, some of the games I have been... All the games I want to play, like, where's my Apex PS5 version? Like, where are all these things? But I just want those so, like, the improvements I'm seeing on, like, a base console level, I can see across my games. Because Destiny, like I started back playing Destiny late PS4 Pro, so I could compare it 1-to-1 with the PS5 version, and the PS5 version with 60 FPS locked and just like the faster load times of the SSD, it is like a huge quality of life difference. Like all of these issues, like I said, I highly doubt the like revised version of the DualSense will have as many issues as the current DualSense, because like I can't use this controller for shit at all, and that sucks. Like I had to go get an entirely new controller, but you know, by the time I'd even say before they're readily available on store shelves, that a lot of these issues will be ironed out. And I mean, Sony has a system in place. It may not be the best system in the slightest, but there is at least a system in place for me to get my DualSense replaced, because at this point it's just a shiny piece of plastic. Like, even talking about that, the grips on the back of the DualSense, you guys probably can't see it on camera, but like, I wash my hands very regularly, and I almost never touch my controller with dirty hands. But
what
like,
about cheesy hands?
Definitely not. I use chopsticks to eat my chips, so that chip seed doesn't get on my.
Wait, what?
Yeah. When I'm playing games, I'll pour my chips into a bowl and use a pair of chopsticks to eat them, so that chip dust doesn't get on my hands and therefore get on my controllers. That saves me the trip, because a lot of times, like if I'm eating finger food or whatever, I'll have to get up, go wash my hands, and then come back and be like, all right, now we can play. But if I want to just enjoy, you know, some
lazy
chips,
life.
if I just want to enjoy
hot chip and life,
especially Doritos. Like Doritos, if I were to eat Doritos with my hands, Dorito dust would just get fucking all over everything. So
hashtag ad.
Yeah, Doritos get fucking everywhere. That's their new slogan. Our dust gets everywhere.
Oh,
Just
Nature
get
Valley
it everywhere.
already has that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You buy into Nature
No,
Valley.
Nature Valley
granola bar,
is
it's
what
on
you
fit.
thought was a bar is actually crumbs.
Honestly, you just take the bar, just slam it on the table real quick, and just pour that bitch out into your mouth. Like, that's the best bet, you know.
You already know
Crack
what's gonna
up those
happen.
big pieces that it has.
Might as well accelerate the
Look,
process.
just-
It's going to choke you out
We're
regardless.
just gonna start cracking granola with the boys now? Is that what we're doing?
Cracking some granola with the boys. We eat healthy over here.
As I drink my like fourth beer of the night already.
Hey man, you can have you some granola with it. It balances out.
It's
Not an
balanced.
expert, but
Yeah, eat some carbs with your carbs.
Well, this is a cider, so this is low in carbs.
Is it though?
Yeah.
It's got sugar in it.
Yeah, it does have sugar in it. True. I'm not even gonna like. I'm
Don't do
like
that
out
to
here
yourself.
ogling the fucking nutritional facts.
Just drink your beer and just
Live
know
your
you
life.
might need to do a sit up.
Oh yeah, I gotta go hiking again. I gotta start back doing that.
Hey,
the weather
if-
has
see,
been
that's-
very
Planks
that's-
work too.
That's where the granola comes in.
Dude, like legit, hiking is more like take a burger or something.
You,
No,
Or like
some
a
granola
sandwich?
and some yogurt.
you eating a burger mid stroll?
Yeah, why not? Like you get to a nice scenic area on the thing and take it. Like I'll have 2 bottles of water in my bag, like a handkerchief or something to wipe the sweat off my brow, and you know, like
man, that'll make me sick. Beef
Damn,
and
I'm
meat.
doing this whole thing wrong. I got like a banana, something healthy, a
yogurt.
bottle, like a big ass bottle of water. Just like okay,
My trail mix.
Yeah,
like, I have actual
exactly.
trail mix.
That beef will sit on my chest until the next day.
yeah, I'm gonna eat that shit and be like, I'm not going up that hill. Fuck it, I'm going back around.
Going back down.
No. No, imagine eating it at the top of it. You ain't coming down. You ain't going home.
I'm
You
Just
stuck.
ro-
Catch the
Just
itis
roll me.
mid-hike.
I got it.
No, it's not. I'm not talking about like a vortex burger. Like it's something like crazy.
No burger squished between two grilled cheese sandwiches.
Yeah, definitely no Luther.
Nah. It's a burger in between two grilled cheese sandwiches in between two Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh God. Yo, R.I.P. Dunkin' Donuts, Ponce de Leon.
Right? Rip the Ponce Dunkin' Donuts.
Wait, no, it's
Right?
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme's my bad.
I mean,
Donuts
Krispy Kreme,
was in
yeah.
the word.
No,
Damn, we're all
Dunkin'
drunk.
Donuts and Krispy Kreme are two different
I know,
echelons of
I know,
donuts. Y'all can't.
I know.
They're not
Sacrilege.
interchangeable whatsoever.
Krispy Kreme got the greatest glaze. Dunkin' Donuts got the greatest
Huh?
cake.
It has what?
The greatest glaze.
What?
That glaze.
That's how you doing? The greatest glaze. Is that the shit we're on?
This is what the video like. The fact that the video viewers are just in your mouth right now.
This is all they see. The Glaze.
So baby.
Is that the episode name? The Glaze.
The greatest glaze. I wrote it down now.
Put it in the
The
notes.
greatest glaze of them all.
The Glazed Tan Podcast.
The greatest glaze with the grind god. Well, yeah, so, I mean, I guess we'll talk about Endwalker in a little while, but now that we're 30 minutes into the episode, Jawan, why don't you tell our listeners who you are? Like, I know they've heard you, like, us bring you up as the grind god and as a complete monster multiple times, but for those who don't know, who are you?
First of all, I'm real, you know. But finally put a name to the face. I just be out here playing games with the
Are
boys.
you sure?
It's funny because I hadn't talked to Anton in years, and these guys were playing Monster Hunter, and I listened to the episode and I was like, you know, I just scooped Monster Hunter up. So I hit him up and was like, yeah, I see your podcast, and I see y'all be playing Monster Hunter. I should play with y'all sometimes. And from there, it fucking grew. Look at us
Yeah.
now. We're here.
I hadn't heard from, like, Jawan went to high school with me, and then, like, we were in college together for, like, the year I was in college. And I hadn't heard from Jawan in literally years. But the Destiny Clan, that's now the Cheesy Controller Podcast, Destiny Clan, so many people had left that he was the leader. And I hit him up on Instagram. I'm like, hey, Jawan, you want to make me the leader? Like, I'll make this Destiny Clan into the Cheesy Controller Podcast clan. Like, if you just promote me up to the leader. He's like, yeah, sure, no problem. I'm like, oh, by the way, I got a podcast. Yeah, you should totally check it out. And that was around the time that Monster Hunter World was coming out. And, like, since then, it's been like,
Just
we
escalated.
haven't missed a fucking beat. It was like we hadn't talked for years, but then the
Right.
second we started hanging out in PSN parties again, it was like, oh yeah, remember that one dumbass joke about the lady begging for her baby to be freed from
Oh
captivity?
man, good guy. Video games, am I right?
Me and Juwan had a dark sense of humor in high school. And
What do you mean had? What do you
Yeah.
mean had?
It's just
Dark
pretty
sense
much
of humor. Dark sense of humor, not racist.
Yeah. Whatsoever. There's not pictures out there that say anything to the contrary.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy out there in these streets. But yeah, you know, I just be out here playing games, fellas. I was like, dang, I could have really just like not hit you up or hit you back when you asked me about the clan, and you know I would have been out here playing games with myself. Cause right now y'all literally the only people I play with. Like I got a few other people, but they're not monsters. Like if I want to play Apex,
They're not cool.
I know Madrid's gonna.
It's okay.
They're not cool. Like if I want to play
not cool.
Apex, I know I can just hit the Discord and Madrid's gonna pop in. Jalen's gonna pop in. Even Anton's gonna pop in now. He on that thing, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And I mean,
Final
even
Fantasy.
the Rupees, like you.
Yeah,
would,
the Rupee
like,
boys.
That's one thing. You're like one of those prime examples of like what happens with the Discord. Of like we formed this community of people who it's like we're not gonna have no random person come in and just if like they suck. Like by the time they're done playing with us, they'll have a sense of the game.
Yeah.
Unlike just playing with like somebody who's floundering around and just making you become super toxic
We've
in
had
whatever
some of
game.
those.
But generally, I'd say more so is you'll find people who are interested in the same games you're into,
Yeah.
and we've like Ian. We talked about having the anime spoilers and the weeb shit channels, and
Yep.
just like
Every Sunday.
Assembling like the Akatsuki.
Astral
Boy, did
projection
my
and
fucking
everything.
phone go off.
Did you mute it, Chris?
No,
Yeah,
I
don't look in
actually
there.
enjoy it. I see this shit go off, and I'm like, what the fuck is going? This shit seems lit. And then I just know everything that's happening.
Right.
I don't know what anime it is, but it's going down, and it's happening.
Ian drops a wall of text, and then he's like, let's discuss.
Right.
This week's homework is...
That's how I know it's Sunday.
And in this essay,
we will discuss.
Yeah, that's like every Sunday, and it's really interesting when Ian brings his perspective in because he speaks
Big brain.
Japanese, and so like he's like, yeah, I'm reading it in Japanese and in English. Like he was getting mad at whoever somebody tried to like school him on My Hero Academia last week. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
and he's like, how are you gonna
A mistake
argue
was
with
made.
me? And I'm reading this shit in Japanese.
Hey, man.
Ooh, better sit your ass down.
I mean, that could solve a lot of problems.
Right.
True.
But yeah, Juwan, what have you been on lately? What's been your soup du jour lately?
So, actually, last season it was Apex Season 7, of course. Like, when I did the PlayStation, your PlayStation 2020 overview, I played, like, for 356 days out of the 364, and most of it was Apex with y'all. And then, of course, it was Iceborne. And then we hit the new year. We hit GU. We powered through that, broke HR, and it's been Apex. And then Apex Season 8 came out, and it's been more Apex. And then recently, we've been on that 14 with the boys.
Yes, with the boys, fucking finally.
Chris, I'm telling you, you have a fucking Palico in Final Fantasy XIV, we're gonna get you into goddamn Monster Hunter. I'm gonna get to Shadowbringers, I'm like, come on, nerd, we're gonna... No, you
The
have
Palico
Monster Hunter World.
The Palico is kind of out of spite.
You adopted a cat just to say fuck the cat?
The villain origin story.
Yes.
Dead.
But, yeah, I mean, the way GU has gone, I feel like our powers of carrying have gotten to the point that we can just carry you through worlds.
I mean,
in
at
an
this point,
enjoyable fashion.
he can just start fresh.
I mean,
start fresh with Rise, honestly, because that
But then
dripping
we'd have to
Rise.
convince
okay,
Chris, we'd have
look.
to convince Chris to buy Rise, and
Okay,
that costs
I'm gonna-
money.
I'm going to be honest. He's right. The only way I'm going to get into a game, I can't get into a game with being carried. That's not fun for me. I got to be
I feel that.
entertained. I got to be like challenged a little bit to the point to where I'm not like, I mean, I'm doing 9 damage and these motherfuckers over here are doing 50 damage, and that's cool.
That's not
I'm
how Monster Hunter
contributing,
works.
but
feel
like
that.
also I'm not doing anything. I need a little bit of a challenge.
It's that
I need to
grind
be
with the
playing
boys.
14 with the boys
See,
while I'm doing DPS and someone else is also doing the same amount of DPS, and we're having a good ass time. And
it's just that grind with the boys.
Yeah, I need to be in the grind with the boys, and I fell off
So you're
a world.
You're gonna get Rise March 26th. It's coming up. Like I'm playing 14. Like the only thing that
If
comes
the
out
government
between-
gives me money, I will get Rise with the boys.
Shit.
That's real.
same.
Hey, man.
I already got it pre-ordered 2 different ways, so I'm ready to go.
2 different ways?
Yeah, because I had to get the collector's edition, but I also wanted it digitally on my Switch, because,
Convenience.
yeah.
You ain't wrong.
I
Like,
mean, that's
GU
fair. I've
barely
loved the
played
game that much.
GU, and then now having GU digitally on my Switch has just made, and having people to play it with has made a world of difference.
Yeah, that grind. I'm so ready for Rise. Beautiful thing about 14 though is just one, that level sync. We're not like when we do stuff with Anton, we're not overpowered like Chris said. We're just in there playing our roles. And even then it's like Anton's on tank.
No, but you could see the power difference though.
Oh, I mean that's just like knowing the game. But
yeah, you can see the experience.
Yeah,
but that's it.
Because I mean,
you
we beat Garuda like before we hopped on, and that's Anton knowing the tank now, like knowing how to tank now, tank stance and all that.
Yeah.
But even then, that's like the only thing I have leveled up is really my samurai and my dragoon. But seeing Anton tank, I'm like, I want to get back to tanking. I want to level up my Dark Knight. So I was messing around with the like my layered armor and stuff on Dark Knight just to get ready. Healer? Not yet. One day though.
Yeah.
Hell no.
You're alive. Even though there's chaos in the healing community because of that Endwalker announcement, there is. Things are kind of wild now.
Wait, why is there chaos because of it?
Because it's a Gundam.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen.
That sounds awesome.
Is that Square has a habit of fucking up the classes when they want to rework something, and what's happening is, so when Heaven's Ward came out, your white mages were your true healers, your scholars were your barrier healers, and your astrologians can do one or the other. Now, because Sage is coming out, Sage and Scholar are the barrier healers, and they're retooling Astro to be a pure healer.
Oh.
So this will be Astro's second rework, and they gutted the card system in their first rework.
But so this will be a good thing.
Oh yeah, they did that.
All right, so I'll talk to you about healers in a second, but for anybody who's been out of the loop, between last week's episode and this week's episode, there was a Final Fantasy online streamed event talking entirely about the new expansion for Final Fantasy XIV. They announced the 4th expansion, which is Endwalker, is coming after Shadowbringers, is planned to be released fall 2021. I'm going to go through the entire wiki, so it's going to just to kind of give context for people who didn't watch the whole thing. Endwalker will complete the Hylidian.
The long and short of it is that the entire plot of A Realm Reborn that's been going on since Realm Reborn about Hylian and Zodiark, it's coming to an end.
Thank God.
After this expansion, we'll be on to something new.
Okay, so yeah, and it said, and we'll begin a new saga. It has 2 new jobs, the Sage, which is the healer, and there's going to be a melee DPS that they're going to talk about during FanFest. The level cap's being increased to 90. There's going to be an island sanctuary. There's going to be new locations. I'm not even going to fucking butcher these names. There's going to be multiple new locations. Just go look at them if you're into that. There are going to be new dungeons, new raids.
Fuck yes.
And the raids will be Final Fantasy XIV originals and not crossovers. So, I'm guessing 5.5 is going to end the Yorha Dark Apocalypse arc.
Yes, sir.
And so, and this is unlike the last, unlike Shadowbringers, where it was a near raid, they're going to be focusing on in-game Final Fantasy XIV stuff for the raids. There's going to be a new Primal, new Beastmen, new Trust NPCs.
Oh, that Estinian. He's a DPS Trust.
Einstein.
That's gonna be dope.
The boy.
The homie.
So
he took his helmet off.
There's going to be a unspecified Gold Saucer update, which I just made it to the Gold Saucer for the first time in 14. I made it. Something I was doing had me go to the Gold Saucer. There's going to be a new residential district, Ishgard. There's going to be a new small-scale PvP mode. They're doing this stat squish, which is where your DPS numbers were kind of getting out of control, and the health bars of enemies were getting kind of out of control, and so they're kind of reducing both the DPS you're doing and the amount of health they have, so that there's more room for expansion on that. So
it's something every MMO has to do every once in a while. WoW has done it 3 times at this point. Like it
It starts affecting
You got
calculation, screen clutter, and all that.
right?
Yeah.
It's like you don't want to have to look at 19 zeros. Like let's just be 100 here.
Unless it's one time and then you kill the enemy, of course. But that's just me.
Right.
That's tight.
All right, so they're removing belts, and that's just
Good.
going to be a slot that just is not there. Data will be freed up from the removal of belts. That'll give you 15 additional armory chest slots for weapons, 15 slots for rings, and 5 slots will be reserved for later use. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah, cause honestly, fuck belts.
Right? You can't even when you go to try on like to view how they look on your character, you can't even see how they look on you.
Yeah.
So it's like why?
95%.
You never
of the
go
time,
to the marketplace looking for a new belt
No.
for your little cosplay.
Nope.
No,
belts are for stats.
Fuck that.
That's all they were for.
that's it.
They know what we want. The drip.
all right, so they're introducing data center travel, which means finally, if you're on a different data center, like we're all on Aether.
Ether, yeah.
Yeah.
You be able
Will
to put
finally
someone
be-
like on Primal and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's going to be they announced a PS5 version. It'll offer 4K HD graphics, including the interface, much faster load times due to the SSD, and improved frame rates. And I mean, I've been playing like the PS4 Pro optimized version on my PS5, and like I'm just excited because there have been a couple of times where like I'm teleporting from one end of Eorzea to the other, and like I actually have to sit at a loading screen for a little bit, but just knowing how the PS5 handles loads with native games, like I'm actually excited for it. I'm already planning on what I'm gonna delete to make space on my SSD. I'm thinking of getting rid of Mortal Kombat 11.
You beat the story, didn't you? For 11?
Yeah, I beat this main story. I haven't beat that aftermath, but you know.
Just watch it on YouTube. Now get you a brew and some popcorn, and you go ahead and watch it. It's just a little B movie. That's what I did.
Yeah, I mean,
You'll
Mortal
be alright.
Kombat 11. I played through the like. It took me like 2 days to play through the story of Mortal Kombat 11, so I think aftermath can't be more than 2 days, because I think it's shorter than the main story. So you know,
Honestly, I did that shit in one stream.
of 11 or aftermath.
11.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to see what it does. And so the last thing they talked about really in this Endwalker presentation was that they'll announce additional information at the Digital Fan Fest, which is May 15th and 16th. They're having they're going to talk about the Melee DPS. There's going to be a concert that's just free for everybody. So
What do y'all think the DPS is going to be?
Rune Knight me, please.
Rune Knight?
It's probably gonna be
Please.
Rune
Think
Knight.
so?
Like they're gonna get a lightsaber. It's here we go.
yeah, I mean,
We
we
got
got
a
a
Gundam,
Gundam.
yeah.
We need
You had to balance it out.
Jedi.
Which game is Rune Knight from?
Was it in
I think
6?
11? No,
Was it in 6?
6?
I think it might have been 6.
Who was a Rune Knight?
Everybody's
Oh,
Their-
you're right.
their job
You're
was
right.
removed from the
You're
North
right.
American
the
Super
magic, like
Nintendo
the Magic
version.
Tech Knight, like she absorbs magic and
Yep.
Yeah, Celis.
Celis. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's the Rune Knight. Ooh. That's one way to get me on board. Like, I'm
You
here
should
for the
already
Final
be on
Fantasy
board.
5 aesthetic. No, Final Fantasy 4 aesthetic that we're going
Oh,
for.
yeah.
Like Moon's Haunted.
Please.
Like, yo,
Hey,
that shit's got
we
me
fight-
hyped.
It's a
Twin
Cloud of
Mages.
Darkness, a freaking boss fight in this game already.
Yeah. Cloud of Darkness, X-Death, Kefka, and the Train. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. We talk about it enough, so y'all should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, do your homework.
You best to know.
If you don't, you're not listening at this point. But like, I like how with the last expansion, like it gave me Final Fantasy 3 vibes, and this was giving 4 vibes. Also, like the artist that did, was it Anima from Final Fantasy X, went and like redid this like design. I don't know if it's like for.
Oh, is it the Heidelin and the Zodiac one where they're like parallel to each other?
Their secret lore to speculate on.
I need a.
Can't
I
do it.
really would like to get into this game, but holy shit.
Please.
Mog Station.
Mog Station.
Here's the thing.
Oh my
Madrid,
god.
yes?
If I wanted to get fucked like this,
You play Overwatch.
I know Valentine's Day is around the corner, but holy shit, Final Fantasy, this was not on my agenda.
Oh.
Like I fully committed to not doing Final Fantasy February again. But I was like, I could do this, and this could be my Final Fantasy February. But they're like, no, how about Final Fantasy? Fuck you. Because that's what you're
Yeah.
getting.
Is that an expansion after Endwalker?
No, that's the secret cutscene.
I'm gonna do this game till I die. Psych. Final Fantasy. Fuck you.
So wait,
Later, nerds.
did you just try to reset your password and all that, and it just nothing fucking
Right.
happened?
So I tried to reset my password because I couldn't remember it. It had a certain number of characters, and I'm like, I've never used a password with this number of characters. So I'm like, that was already a red flag. Eventually, because I had remember my password set to like just log on. And it was like, yeah, you're out of game time. I'm like, no shit, I just want to buy some. So I couldn't remember my password, so I tried to change it. They said my security question and or answer was wrong. And I'm like, well, I know for sure I probably would have picked this security question. And there's only one possible answer for this. How the fuck is it wrong? So I tried them all. Still wrong, right? So I emailed support, and, I'll probably hear something back by October.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I mean,
By the
If I'm
time the
lucky,
game comes
casual.
out, they're gonna hit you up.
Well, hey, you still
they
wanted
gonna
to
do
play
before
with your
Endwalker.
homies, right?
Yeah. The week before
here's
Endwalker
some
comes
free
out,
game
they'll be
time,
like,
too.
hey, here's some free game time. Why don't you log in?
I want that shit.
I'm ready for the free game time.
It's 2 months.
So I don't know. I'm a little frustrated right now because I actually was like, yo, all right, fuck it. I'm finally gonna go in and play it. And like, since I actually have to pay for game time this time, I'm actually gonna fucking play it. But no.
It would have been lit.
I mean,
We
I
had
got
a good ass time
one-
yesterday.
I got a digital 60-day code, but I also got this physical 60-day code.
That DVD.
I've never seen a DVD case with a fucking
neither.
card slot in it before.
A single card in it?
Yeah, that's how they used to do.
Yo.
That's how they did game
Big
cards back in the
The
day.
environmentalist
Warcraft
in
did
me
it.
is shit
Yeah.
right now. Like,
Terra
why are you
did
doing
it.
this?
All the MMOs did it like that back in the day. It was such a waste
Yeah.
of plastic. I've never understood it.
Yeah, this
It's
is
still a
horrible.
waste
Big
of
waste of
plastic,
plastic.
but
I'm
They
not
could
gonna
put
throw
that
it
shit in a
away.
little-
It's on the shelf. Like it's.
Put it in a little cardboard box and ship that shit out. Like, come on now.
No, you don't even need to put it in a cardboard box. Put that shit in
So
an
the
envelope.
image for it was just
was
the
being
front.
generous.
So I thought like all of this would just be cardboard, and then this would be a plastic card. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'll take the plastic card off, recycle the cardboard, and just have the card. So like, I was expecting this card on a cardboard cutout, and I was like, that's fine. Then I get this in the mail, and this is just so obnoxious, but I love it so much because I can put this on the shelf and have something that says Final Fantasy XIV without having to buy a physical copy of Final Fantasy XIV.
And they got somebody out there from the 2000s sending out game times and DVDs in
Yeah.
DVD cases. This will never die. Not my DVDs.
But yeah, Madrid, I think what you should do,
Create a new account.
I mean, you could.
You
If
don't
you're
want to do
co-
that.
No,
How far
like,
you get in 14? Because you got pretty far. Fuck no.
I didn't get that. Like, I'm still.
Yeah, I think I got.
You
farther
were
than
level 14.
I don't. Probably.
Yeah, if you start a new
You might
account,
as
you
well
don't
just-
have to
About
pay
level
for
14.
game time for all of Realm Reborn.
You're still a
and
Realm
That's
Reborn,
true.
yeah.
That's
You would
true.
actually be free.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
you
think I'm gonna
started
play
new
Halo
ac-
this time too. So fuck
Yeah,
it.
just
Oh.
start a new account and fuck it.
Let me refer you as a friend so we can get some mounts and minions.
You don't
let
get
me
that
do that
much
right now.
referring.
I'll take what I can get.
Whoever does
He'll-
it first wins.
He will
Oh,
get
would I have to use a new
three-
email address?
Yeah, you
He'll get a
probably-
5%
That's fine.
like leveling bonus.
I'm sitting here trying to refer a goddamn friend before any of you vultures get in here.
It's
I
somebody.
mean, I'm
lurking in the
level
chat, they're
I'm
gonna
level
send him a
80.
friend.
Nothing you can give him matters to me.
I'm level 47, So I can definitely
Ooh.
get something.
Takyo Talk. The mount I want is the mount that Chris fucking has. Odin's mount. When that shit takes off, the fucking drapes come out.
Oh yeah, that's just so
Some Spartacus type of shit. I need that.
Well, you just had to pre-order Shadowbringers.
Hey man, I wasn't there then. I wasn't playing Final Fantasy XIV then. I looked at the trailers.
You wait. Are you telling me
you could digitally
just started
upgrade,
playing
Get
14?
that stuff.
Last year, the beginning of last year.
Yeah.
Shadowbringers
Oh, okay, that's
came
fine.
out before I started playing.
And as we
Yeah,
said,
actually-
he's a grind god monster.
Actually, I do want to say that I feel like, yeah, I played 14 right before Shadowbringers came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were, because you were out here talking the
I
talk
did.
every day on the podcast. That's high key how I got convinced to play it. Preaching the good word.
Yeah, I had to do it. This game deserves it.
It does.
It does.
I really want to get into I fucking watch these streamers out here, and I really want to get
Trying
into
to
all these
decide.
things.
I'm like, damn.
They're
Do
into.
I want to use my old Smurf account for Overwatch? I don't remember the password for that. I'm sure.
You have a Smurf account for Overwatch? Do I know
Allegedly,
you
I
people?
No, for
Allegedly.
Paladins. Paladins, my bad.
It's so that he could play it with his friends because he was too high leveled.
I shouldn't give you the one for my alt Twitter account because that means you could find my alt Twitter account.
No.
I'm not going to be looking, but,
That's where you talk about stocks and business, I'm sure.
No, yeah, that's where I send my tweets out into the void. It's my current Twitter account is weird because I will drop some gems completely unnoticed, but whenever I want to tweet into the fucking void, it gets interactions. And I'm like, leave me alone. But like, also,
you talking the truth too much, brother.
Yeah.
repost my stuff, please. The algorithm hates me
well, here's the deal.
unless I'm sad.
I'm just going to send you my recruitment code, and we'll just call that a day.
There you go.
Blammo.
And just restart your account.
Yeah, and I mean, if you
You get a level up ring, so it's fine.
Jalen, what healer should I play?
No.
Oh, you want to play healer?
I might. I'm thinking about it. It seems like our team's just nothing but fucking DPS.
I'm a
And
tank.
The only
You
other person
fucking
that was
you
like,
fucking
dabbling in
dweebs.
healing. The only person
Actually,
that was dabbling in
yeah.
healing was Justin. He got he picked up
Justin?
astrology, but that was only because the healer that was with us was toxic. They were being mean to Anton.
Actually, Madrid,
I
you
would
should
say-
play
Oh, I could be
healer.
mean to y'all in party. You said
No. Healers
See,
need
that's
to stop
different.
being
We know each
mean.
I kind of want to play Red Mage
what-
though,
we
but I
went
gotta
over
get
how
to
many
like
times we have to go
Stormblood.
over this. What is on your health insurance? What is on your health plan?
Who are you, America?
You was the government in a nutshell.
Heck, I give out good insurance. Look at that Titan fight. Look at that Titan fight. It even covers the unexpected.
Y'all did
I
beat
definitely
it
got
with
knocked
two
the
people.
fuck off the map.
The unexpected
Jawan was
is
thinking as a-
everyone's
as a
dead. I
dragoon.
will finally heal the black mage.
When were you not getting healed in that entire fight, other when I was out of mana? Which
I
doesn't
was
count,
doing
they did
great
have
with
the
those
mana.
mechanics. I don't want to hear that shit.
Hey,
I
hey,
literally
were you
was
getting healed? Were
I
you
was
getting
in
healed?
my own lane doing fire one
Did you
because
die?
that's all you
did
got.
you die?
Hell
did you
no,
die?
I didn't die. Did we win?
Exactly.
He got a. We did.
Yes, we
tanked out,
did.
We tanked out Titan.
We did
Right?
think I was high. Yo.
Because I learned the mechanics, but they
Shut-
didn't specify that the red part would just get me knocked off the map in
You
the
just gotta
guide that I
assume it's
watched.
bad.
I'm be honest. I thought that was self-explanatory. After watching the video, I'm pretty sure they told you. I thought they told you that.
Not in the video. The video have been I've been watching Stark.
Wait. Did you watch a Mr. Happy video?
No,
Did you pick a
Stark.
Mr. Happy video?
You need to watch
That's where you fucked
MTQ.
That's where you fucked up.
MTQ is a nice lady who tells you how to play every dungeon.
Yeah,
and
I
every
watched
trial.
MTQ as well when I was tanking.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been watching Stark because the first couple, he was the first tank guy that came up, and then I subscribed to him. So now when I look for like the dungeons, he's the first one that comes up because of the YouTube algorithm. But yeah, I'll definitely go and subscribe to the other two you guys are talking about, Mr. Happy and MTQ, and check them out because Like, the thing is, Juwan, you saw I was tanking.
Yeah.
I learned all the mechanics. Like,
Yeah, we killed Gerudo. Simple.
Yeah,
killing.
super fast. Like, there was stuff that I had learned in the video that I didn't even have to fucking worry about because
we're broken. On some of those videos, like, this is the thing. They've changed so much stuff in the game where it's like a lot of it you can, like, the general stuff you can use when you go into these dungeons, but some of it you don't need because some of it was taken out or they added something to help make it easier, streamline it, especially since they added this free trial. They want as many people enjoying this game as possible.
Yeah, they're not going to make it as hard as it was.
Okay. And yeah, Madrid, your coworker that you added for Apex the other night, he came in and he said he got a PC recently, so he's going to be getting on 14 with us.
Yo.
Oh yeah, the homie. Yeah, fuck with. He just started streaming actually. I was trying to like give him some tips and shit and like drop in on his streams.
Well, yeah, he popped in the PSN party just to be cordial, just to say what was up. And he saw that me and Juwan were playing 14. He's like, "Oh, y'all are playing it. Like, I enjoyed it. I'm actually going to get some game time." I'm like, "Well, the best way to get it, like, it's on sale right now. So if you're on, whether you're on PS4 or PC, I was like, get the complete edition, and it'll come with some game time." And yeah, that's if he doesn't want to start over. But if he's cool starting over, like, you could refer him because I referred you, and you know we could pyramid scheme this shit real quick. All right, so Chris, it's been a while since I've done this. What have you been on this week? What?
All right, it has been a while, and god damn it, I've been on a couple of motherfucking things, and I've reached some motherfucking achievements that I've been really, really, really excited to fucking. I'm just ready to let this out. I finally, I platinumed Ghost of Tsushima.
Yes,
Platinum did.
Yes, sir. Flex.
I'm so excited. My first platinum of 2021. Here we go. God, this game was so fucking good. And it ended so fucking well. But fuck my uncle. I let him live because I disrespect him. I'm sorry. I did some shit.
Disrespectful ass motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck him. I hate him. My uncle. I hate him. And I did my
IRL.
things.
Do you have an uncle IRL?
Do I have an uncle IRL?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. That's complicated.
Okay.
I do have uncles IRL.
That's what having an uncle is usually it's complicated.
I mean, for me, it's not that complicated. My mom was one of 5 kids. 2 of them were brothers, so I got 2 uncles.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, well, keep going.
One of my uncles is MAGA, so there's that.
So he's not your uncle.
The fuck?
I don't know if he's MAGA, but he's definitely a Republican. It's because he likes guns.
Well, yeah, same. One of my uncles is Resident Evil 6.
Me, though, so.
One of my uncles is Resident Evil 6, Chris Redfield. If you listen to the first part of this episode, you get the second part of this episode now. But so other than just platinuming Ghost of Tsushima, that's fucked up. I shouldn't have said that. I also platinumed within 2 days later Scott motherfucking Pilgrim. I'm out here on a motherfucking tear. Platinum games 2 in 1 week.
Good shit.
They can't hold you back.
All right,
yo, we still made a pact that we all have to platinum that game. So
yeah, we did.
I got a couple
y'all just let me know.
Playing with Chris and Jalen, like helping Chris get his platinum. I got a couple more trophies that you know, I've been chipping away at it. Like I booted it up. It hasn't crashed for me yet on PS5.
It did just get
desynced.
Where was I when y'all were playing?
I don't know.
I don't know. At work?
We never know.
Probably at work.
Yeah, probably at work. But
it did just get an update.
This damn curse.
It did get an update today, as of February 10th, to kind of help with
another patch. This is about to be.
They finally fucking patched it.
Oh yeah, they patched it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But
So.
they've patched it twice since launch, and I guess since there was another patch today, this is patch number 3 since launch.
Hey, they just want their game to work. It's
They
other
do.
people out
Well,
here just
finally,
dropping patches
they're
for
gonna
their
give us that
games, and they
fucking
still don't work.
PS3 version.
I mean, honestly, yeah, this game's 10 years old. Just make it fucking work. It just literally should work.
Right, you're gonna give us this PS3 ass version, be like, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, and it
Come on,
crashes after you beat a boss. That's the most
Like we're not in
disrespectful
the
shit.
pandemic,
You
like-
beat
No,
a
not when you
boss
beat
and
a
it
boss.
crashes.
All right,
when you meet a boss.
Ironically, that sounds like some Scott Pilgrim shit for real. He gets to the boss and like his world resets.
all right. So Chris, I'm out here looking. Are we going to go for this Final Fantasy XIV Platinum?
I do not have Final Fantasy XIV on PlayStation.
Oh.
No. That platinum list is a no.
You trying to hurt yourself, brother?
That list is
Is it hurt?
disgusting.
Does
No.
it?
That platinum
Don't
is-
do that to me, because I'll try and I'll do everything I
Just take
can
a
and
hand
never
already.
play this game again.
I mean, I'm looking at it.
First of all, I have to do leave quests. I haven't done any of those since like the beginning of the game. I think I did like 3. You got to do 1,000 just to get this silver trophy.
You gotta do 1,000?
Yeah.
Never mind. Never fucking mind.
I've probably
I
done.
knew you were bugging. I didn't even see the trophy list, but I could feel that you were bugging.
Like the first 3 trophies, I haven't done anything for. Complete 100 guild heists, synthesize 1,000 items as an alchemist. I don't have that class yet.
What the?
I go out and fight monsters to keep the city safe.
Come on, we can do 1,000 fates, you guys. It's no big deal.
Hell no.
Oh yeah, we can participate in PvP.
I'm gonna keep on
And
my
get
PC
washed?
and not remember that there's a platinum for this game.
Not gonna lie, though, that PvP trip do be saucy. You gotta rank high though, and I ain't trying to sweat like that. I'm trying to log into 14 and have fun.
How high though?
Like one of the sets I saw today, you gotta rank like within the top 100, and you know how many people play 14. Too many.
I'm just gonna play the game to have fun. That's fine.
All
I
right.
don't even like PvP anyways.
Well, Jalen, I'll ask what you've been on, and I'll be right back while you tell everybody what you've been on.
You mean how I continue this conversation about 14? Because that's all I've been playing. It's Apex and 14. That's what we're talking about.
This damn curse.
So this is where I'm going to talk about the healer split. Like, the reason why it's... The thing about it is, Square, when it comes to this game, has not shown much delicacy with their reworks. Sometimes the situation needs a scalpel, and they're pulling out the chainsaw. And so...
Church of the Vroom Vroom.
Right? And then it's like Astros are getting fucked. Astros are getting fucked, and it's like the Scholars are getting bullied again. Because like the thing that made Scholars special was the fact that they had a pet to handle their pure healing, and they did the barrier healing. Now Celine was carrying us through Titan, but it's like not having my barrier skills is a bitch.
Right.
But we'll see. Sage looks tight as fuck though.
You mean Gundam?
Like I'm with it.
You mean DPS healer?
Why aren't the
I'm
healers
with it.
healing? Oh man, I can't wait for that dialogue to get started. the healers DPSing more than the DPS.
Wait, weren't we playing yesterday where someone was like, "Yo, you aren't gonna res us? What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I
Doing the
totally
shield.
forgot what Raise was. I was on Astrologian, I completely forgot what the name of the Raise spell was.
Bro, they got so mad. They were like, worst team ever, no teamwork.
1 out of 10 on Real.
They got so mad.
Damn. And then we mainline that motherfucking boss.
Right.
And then we just kind of did it.
Yeah. It's like, it's gonna be
Mechanics.
fine, dude.
We just didn't have to.
That's
People
usually
on-
what happens.
We forgot the mechanics. Kind of remembered them, and we beat the boss. That's all you need.
Kind of remember.
Yeah.
I mean, the
14
best part of the
14
night
is
for
really
me
good.
was like Titan.
That was
No
hilarious.
offense, Anton.
That was
That
top
was
10
hilarious.
moments.
Just I'm happy we got that on stream. Like, there's
Yo.
video evidence of that happening.
That shit was so good.
Anton was like, "Is this not a wipe?" And we all
Yo.
collectively like, "Nah,
No,
Not yet.
why?" I
Your
heard they
tank
dropped a
only
zero.
In this house?
No big deal.
In this economy?
Shame? We gonna bring shame upon ourselves? We done over leveled this. We're not about to die here.
And- why would I wipe?
Right.
I just want to talk to Titan.
All right,
You
so
just gotta
Madrid,
pull out some raid stats.
what you been on this week?
So, I don't know about y'all, but I've been hyped as fuck for Guilty Gear Strive. Like, I'm talking fully erect. Like, there's no way around it at this point. Like, yo, Viagra in my mouth, Cialis in my belly. Like, I'm ready for this game, and we're getting the demo of it next week. Next Wednesday we'll be able to talk about it. Shouts out to Anton.
Yeah.
Gang, whole lot of
Guilty
gang
Gear
shit.
Strive beta for pre-orders goes live the 17th of February. So if you have a PS4 or PS5 and haven't pre-ordered it yet, and you know it's going to be a game you buy, I suggest you pre-order before then. You know, get that beta code.
Oh, you know
But-
the sweaties are waiting. They waiting to dominate those lobbies.
Yeah. Okay, so the thing I was a little concerned about, like, me, I'm super casual, right? But I know sweaties are like, oh, Guilty Gear has 30 different mechanics and things. You know, like, they've definitely simplified the game, but, like, Guilty Gear is fucking complex, bro. And they just, you know,
Yeah,
they made this a
there's a
101
difference
class
between-
instead of a 3000 class, you know? And
Yeah.
that's okay. And I like what they did with it because it still stays true to what Guilty Gear is. Because what makes it so special are the characters. Like, the character designs and the way the characters move. Like, usually characters are broken up into, like, their typical classes. There's your rushdowns, your shotos, your grapplers or whatever. But Guilty Gear is kind of like, what if they fucked? What if they had some kids and their kids had some kids? So all the characters kind of become like the quirk singularity effect of characters. If you're up to date on My Hero, you know what that means. Like, basically, these characters are special, and they still kind of retain that. That's what I'm seeing from, like, the videos that have launched, like, a lot of the movesets that have come out, and I'm just fucking hyped to play it. So I've been playing Guilty Gear Rev 2. I've been running some Ramlethal, and there's, like, always all of 16 or 17 people online playing in Tokyo, Japan. Like, that's about it. And it's been impossible to get matches because nobody wants to queue with me.
Okay. And that's, like...
Besides that, I've been, like, in training mode or just, like, fucking around, like, watching lore videos and playing Apex. Fuse does insane amounts of damage. Just, like, casually. Like, with his tactical, and then, like, the way he lobs grenades, like, with pinpoint accuracy, that shit is
Fuse is the
unreal.
anti-defender. That's what Fuse
Big brain.
He's just
Fuse is the
gonna go in there.
anti-defender. Like, you think you gonna take control of this open air space, and all of a sudden you're in a ring of fire.
He's just ripping your shit up. And then I've been having a
Full of
lot.
grenades.
I've been playing a fuck ton of Rev this season, and I've been doing
Couple of hooligans.
like insane things with him. Like, more so than when I first picked him up for real.
And they even
It's
nerfed her
fun.
this
Like,
season,
this
but
season's
she's
fun.
still
Yeah,
Like,
fine.
they're-
I picked
the
up
new events
Horizon this season, actually. So.
Yeah, Horizon's fun. Like, she's
Horizon is real fun.
she's the character that's kind of like rivaling Wraith in, like, pick rate and win rate, and I think she's in a good place. So I've been seeing less. Yeah, she's still fine. Like, that's the main
couple
thing.
of hooligans.
Like, the thing that made Wraith so good was, like, she was gimmicky with her little hitbox and, like, her
Yeah,
get
just
out of
that
jail for
hitbox.
free card. And in Horizon's like, I run goofy as fuck. And it's just in your face with a shotgun, then, like, up in the air sniping you. So that's, you can't help but to respect it. Yeah, hooligans. Oh, there's a couple black guys over there.
Alright, well, yeah, I've already talked about how I've spent 20 hours on Final Fantasy XIV in like the last 4 days. Endwalker really like motivated me to get back into the game. I want to finish this Call of Duty Battle Pass, but I'm probably going to take the quitter's way out and just next time I get paid buy the rest of the tiers. Because I made it to like the late 80s, and I'm just like, I can't fucking do this. Like, especially juggling Final Fantasy XIV, the Guilty Gear beta coming soon, Persona 5 Scramble coming soon. The pile of
oh god,
shit that's just piling up. I'm like, I can't. I can't spend hours a day on Call of Duty.
It's like, only 40 hours.
Yeah, it's only 40 hours that I can't put into Call of Duty.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna go watch the final boss fight and call it a day?
Madrid? I
Let's
didn't
talk
even
about
watch
it.
the final boss fight. I watched what happened after the final boss fight, which is what I needed to see. But I reinstalled that game, so I'm ready to go. We're not going to talk about the sins that I committed in my own free time, but...
Unprovoked. You did these things
it was completely provoked.
Actually,
Game of the Year
that's
talks.
good.
Game of the Year talks were happening on podcasts I was listening to, and I felt like a pleb. I didn't have the time to stop these podcasts, go play 60 hours of this fucking game, and then...
That game is 60 hours at best.
Wait, what?
That's if you do everything.
Sacrilege.
And by this point, I'm sure you already had like 20 or 30 in. You're right there at the point where, like, once you start playing it, you just run until you're at the end.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Chris, for the record. I went on YouTube and I watched the ending because...
Chris, have you played yet? You should play Final Fantasy VII Remake, honestly.
Oh, me?
I think you should do that when you take the 14 needle out a little
I
bit,
think
just
Chris
to get a
will
little more.
more than likely
play the
play
Last
the
of
Last
Us
of Us
in.
first before
Nah,
there's
fuck
so
Last
many
of Us.
fucking
because
things.
the aesthetic in The Last of Us,
Seven
it just
Here,
Play
Jawan,
seven.
you can say what you want
we'll
about the
ask
story,
you
but
for
that
your honest
aesthetic,
opinion.
it
you
hit
know enough
different.
about Chris from listening
like
to
from
the
a horror
podcast.
point of view.
Should Chris play The Last of Us or Final Fantasy VII Remake next?
It's people who don't play scary games. Yeah.
It's a survival horror. Yeah, survival horror, like legitimately scary.
Okay. Okay.
But Chris is blossoming into weebdom, and I think he would really enjoy 7.
Chris is like,
Seven-
he's tired of us weebs already. Like,
No, I'm
without
telling
a
you,
doubt.
like with your newfound love and appreciation for like Final Fantasy, like Final Fantasy VII is chocked full of it. Those summons that you see, it's in there. A lot of those enemies that you fight, they're
Actually,
in there.
Chris,
it's just
I
a
have a
different
question for you.
interpretation. And the
Yeah, take out that
music,
notepad and write it all down.
the
Have you played Control yet?
music.
Wait, what?
Have you played Control yet?
No.
Yeah, I think that's what Darren
Yeah,
did.
I
you'd
got it
probably
downloaded
really-
on my PC.
you'd probably really
Yeah, you should
enjoy
actually play Control too.
I got the
Honestly,
down-
if I had to recommend anything, I'd probably say for you, Control.
I got the medium. I got Control. There's
No,
a lot
the
of
medium.
things
The medium first. The medium first.
medium's short.
That's the one.
The medium you can...
Medium short.
I heard the medium is
Good.
pretty medium if you catch my drift. You know.
I mean, I feel that.
Chris, did you ever play Layers of Fear?
No.
Okay, I
Layers
got
of Fear wasn't that great.
But I mean, it's the same team. So, and apparently the people who played their earlier games, like,
You're
really...
saying the medium isn't good.
The medium,
No, I'm not saying the medium isn't good. I'm saying Layers of Fear wasn't.
Oh, okay.
So they made just their recent run of games has been Layers of Fear, Observer, Layers of Fear 2, and the Blair Witch game. So,
Oh,
Observer
the Blair
was
Witch
good.
game actually was pretty good.
so yeah, that was their last project before the medium. So if you jived with Blair Witch, it seems like people who hadn't played any of their games came into it expecting a Capcom level Resident Evil, like Silent Hill, like...
You shouldn't.
Well, I mean, it has a composer of Silent Hill. so,
Jive.
like,
Well, you know about gamers and managing expectations. I mean,
Get this brother a
if we
switchblade.
had that
No.
skill, we could avoid a lot of things.
Yeah, we'd all be in a happy world.
Right. So,
Shucking and jiving over the place.
but if you jive with
Get
the
him a
Blair
switchblade.
Witch game, I think that you'll jive with this. And I mean, it's short. Yes, jive turkey.
I ain't no turkey bacon jive turkey.
You jive turkey bacon eating motherfucker.
Turkey bacon.
No, he might as well.
Well,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Anyway.
play.
Scary for
So-
us. Chris is different.
What do I gotta add to my list? The medium, a Final Fantasy
Yeah,
I
as
said
far
VII
as like the
remake.
aesthetic.
The Last of Us Part 2.
The
But the
la-
last, I'd say The Last of Us Part 2.
I mean, I've already started it, but I already started The Last of Us Part 2. So
but
that's
you haven't
probably
gotten
gonna.
to where it got scary yet. So
That's true.
It's out of love.
Yeah.
I think he'll enjoy it. Like the whatever thrills, whatever kind of like twisted part of his brain that enjoys being scared will definitely like get some dopamine out of The Last of Us.
That's fucked up, but I appreciate that.
You know, we all got taste. Different
Yeah.
stories work for different people.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I-
I definitely. I mean, Last of Us Part 2 is what I want to play next. I mean, Crash 4 is up there.
Oh,
Just
well, Crash 4 is getting a PC/next gen release. That's also
Yeah.
a bit of news that dropped.
I saw that, but I already got it for PS4.
Well, okay. Well,
Yeah, Crash 4 is just one of those games. I like. Today I played some Spyro, just for a laid back, kind of nostalgic gaming feel of like I played Ghost, I played Scott Pilgrim, I've been playing Rocket League. I just want something that I can sit back, lay down on my couch, and not really give a damn about. And that's what Crash 4 is going to be to me. But yeah, I know. I think honestly, Last of Us Part 2 is going to be the next game.
You
that I'm
you
like,
do have a point.
I
Alright,
think
let's
that,
go.
Back when I played the
that
first
game
one, my
looks
sister was
good
like, "Oh,
enough
is
and
this
has
a hard
enough
game?" I was like,
cinematic
"Yeah."
moments in
Actually,
it
my
that
sister even
Marissa
played.
would
Y'all
enjoy
remember
watching you
Fear
play.
3?
So there's that.
She
benefit.
played that
tried
with me
so
just because
The
it was
Last
a hard
of Us is
game.
one of those games. Angelina watched me play The Last of Us, and I've tried really hard to get her to give a flying fuck about watching me play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that
Or
is
you
something
have
about
my
The Last of
attention.
Us is people who don't normally watch you play games will watch you play The Last of Us.
Appreciate you boys having me.
Yeah. That's
I mean, that is the appeal of narrative-heavy games.
It is.
Especially with that level of graphical fidelity.
Not yet.
Well, all right. Does
It's-
anybody have
it looks
one more
cool.
thing before we wrap for this week? We had another.
If it's
good,
still in theaters,
solid,
I haven't watched it.
girthy
There's
episode.
a Sonic 2 movie is happening.
Yeah, Sonic
Hey,
2.
man.
I mean,
It's happening.
Yes.
It's
Has
happening.
anybody
Yes.
watched the first one?
no, not yet.
Yes, that movie is
Nobody-
good. The first Sonic movie is actually good.
Where can I
Yeah,
watch
it's
it?
good
real
time.
good.
I feel with that.
Like, what I will
It's
say,
not
if
still
when
in
you watch
theaters.
this-
It's like a year
Yeah,
old.
we know game movies don't
Yeah.
work out.
I will say the thing about the Sonic movie is that it appeals to me less from the Sonic games, but more from the Sonic cartoons. It's a live-action Sonic cartoon.
Oh,
That's
cool.
what it is.
That's
Cool.
That's more what I expected. Like, there's no reason
Yeah.
for them to make a Sonic game a movie. You know? They
Yeah,
don't.
so
Not at all.
Neither-
and they're
do
making a
movie
Sonic
games.
cartoon now, Sonic Prime.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they are with a new voice actor. But apparently the Sonic
Oh,
movie
man.
is $12 to rent
That
from
mean.
like Amazon, iTunes. Take your pick. But hey, man, I rented.
I mean,
I had to
what?
rent.
hey, that's not okay. So you're talking about
And if I don't rent it,
Oh wait, no, that's
Okay.
$12 to buy.
$12 to buy the movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I was about to go on a tangent about like Amazon or whatever other platform that was trying to make you pay $20 to rent a movie that just came out that was supposed
See,
to be
it's
on
not
theaters.
$30.
I think that's a solid
Like other
steal,
companies out here.
considering like it could be you plus 3 other people and you only paid $20 for this movie.
I mean, you're really only paying about a ticket. You're paying a little bit less
You're
than a
paying
ticket and a half.
you're paying for you and a date. But if there's 6 of you, Yeah, if you're right, like you would be paying $60. I mean, separately for a movie right now. If 6 of you are going out to see a movie, but you go pay Amazon $20, and 6 of you guys sit down on the
New
fucking
Goofy.
in your living room,
Yeah,
and you're watching this movie for $20.
like I bought Spider-Man.
I'm
Far
not
From
having
Home.
6 people over.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I mean, 6 of your favorite secure double mask wearing.
I
Ain't no-
Look, no. See,
legitimately-
what you
Chris,
can actually do
were
is you
the
can
most-
rent this. You can rent this for a couple of bucks, get in a Discord call with your homies, and watch a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
Not condoning
yeah.
illegally sharing movies via Discord streams.
No. There's a thing. There's a specific thing that allows you to
condoning it.
do this. I can't remember what it's called,
Well, I know-
and I don't remember which service does it.
Movies
One of
that
them
are
is launched.
Amazon Prime. I know you're talking about watch parties. Amazon Prime, if a movie's available free or TV show is free through Amazon Prime, you can watch it with any of your friends who are Prime members. So
When's
like,
the
we
next
could
boy?
totally do
When's the
that,
next boy
but-
season coming out?
And it'll sync the movie for all of
Hey,
us, and we
man.
can all like sit in a call and enjoy a movie together. But Sonic is not available
Bro, the
through
boys.
Prime Video.
Bro,
That's actually kind of lit.
Yeah, we should totally like.
Rewatch The Boys with the boys.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I gotta watch all of the other ones.
I feel that.
but
We could do
let's-
it in a watch party, Chris. I'm down.
Let's
I'll
do it.
rewatch The Boys.
I'd watch the boy.
Rewatch
It
The
does.
Boys with the homies.
I mean, there's some times where I'm like, I don't feel like playing a video game. I kind of just want to watch something.
We could totally sit here and watch Redline together, because apparently that.
Ooh, yes, Redline is good.
I need to get real
Alright.
with that.
That's like real.
alright.
The animation in that is just so good.
I'm talking real redacted.
Let's figure this shit out.
No, I'm talking extremely redacted.
I don't even want to be there.
No, I'm gonna be in the show. Like you gonna see me driving.
All right. Well, remember you can follow us all collectively around the internet, cheesycontrollerpodcast.com. You can find me on Twitter at Anton63Axis. Chris,
You can find me as Chef and Chris.
Jalen,
Squid Bishop.
Madrid.
You can check me out on TikTok at Akatsuki Durag. I have a different account I have a different name on each account. I love my inconsistency. Or you can follow me on Twitter at SpeedWagonX.
All right, Juwan, where can people find you if they want to check you out on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at SimulationEND. If you want to see some video game screenshots and photo modes, you can find me on Instagram, also at SimulationEND.
All right. Until next time, this has been a Know It's Good production. The video version is edited by Lana Twisted Mind. The audio version is edited by Akumasanti. Until next time, keep it cheesy.
Keep it cheesy.